Coming up next, it's a light heavyweight matchup between the Huntington Beach bad boy, Tito Ortiz, and Vitor Belfort. All right, well, I'm excited for this one. This is a kickboxer of the highest order. He has so many different kicks and punches in his arsenal and figures to try to keep this on the feet here tonight.
The beautiful thing that he does is he throws that front push kick to create distance when a guy starts to get too close and wants to wrestle with him. He throws it, and the moment you're back at his range, he starts to blast high kicks. He doesn't always intend on landing him, but he beats up your arms with high kick after high kick after high kick. And then as you get desperate, you start to run into knees, and he does not need much space to land a knockout punch. This guy is one of the best strikers we've ever seen in the UFC.
And if you don't find the striking range early against this guy, you could be in real trouble. All right, so an interesting stylistic clash here. Prevailing wisdom is he's going to try to take his opponent down and get off some of that patented ground and pound.
Yes, and once he's on top, he starts to just gain control first. He does not try to rush to the next position because he understands whether or not he's in the guard, half guard, or side control, he can find ways to land big damage. In the side control, he does a really good job of going knee on belly, posturing his body all the way to the top, and just coming down with big punches. Boom, once he lands, he goes back and he secures. Then he goes back to find another big strike. He does not waste energy just throwing little rabbit punches. Everything has to matter, as you've seen in some of the great ground and pound fighters you've ever seen, like Jack Hermanson, guy that beats you into the bottom of the octagon until you roll over and give up your neck to get submitted.
Yeah, nothing pitter-patter about it.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, holding a professional record of 26 wins, 14 losses, and 1 no contest. He stands 6 feet tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Vitor the Phenom Belfort! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a wrestler holding a professional record of 21 wins, 12 losses, and 1 draw. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Huntington Beach, California, USA, Tito And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the octagon is Dan Mergliata.
So Dan Mergliata shares the cage.
Are you ready?
Here we go with round 1. You are paid to tell us what you think is going to happen as an analyst. We have a striker, we have a grappler. Doesn't always play out that way. What are you expecting to see in this one?
I'm expecting the grappler to try and go and make contact with his opponent. If he can make contact, he can drag this fight to the mat. I expect the striker to try and maintain range with his jab, with his kicks, to make this a stand-up affair.
Oh, and he lands a punch there. Good connection by him on that.
Great connect, so fast, so accurate.
All right, going for the early takedown, and he gets it. So no surprise he wanted to get this fight to the ground, and that is certainly a good sign for him moving forward in this fight.
He felt as if he had a massive advantage in the grappling and the wrestling. He was able to secure that takedown very early in the first round.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Oh, really nice work to keep busy off of his back as he lands some more offense here.
He jumps on a headlock. We call this in wrestling just a headlock. And if you're not careful, you can get stuck in an arm triangle.
Watch triangle, watch triangle. He needs to push the arm to the side. Get his head against the mat. Now watch as he goes to the finish. Watch his chest go to the mat.
Oh, man, that was slick.
All right, he's trying to control posture here. Now trying to hip escape.
He's just trying to move out of this position up the bottom.
Well, you know, I don't like the gi very much, but I have an appreciation and a healthy one for these type of transitions.
You can tell he's been in a gi at some point in his life with the way that he moves so freely.
I'm skipping jiu-jitsu next week, too. Good, solid strike on the ground.
He's putting him in exactly the positions he needs to be in right now. He's able to relax here, and he understands, being a veteran of so many fights, that as long as he's on top, he's winning. He feels like he's winning here.
Oh, nice job here staying busy off of his back. Nice offense from the
He's going to attack the triangle choke here.
Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Nicely done. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Belfort gets back up, back into his comfort zone.
Big kick.
Tito gets caught by that straight punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight.
Big, powerful punch lands. Now we get back to range.
That's how you defend the single leg.
Oh, nice elbow.
Oh, he's keeping busy here in the clinch. Knee to the body. Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad.
Back and forth we go. Knee to the body. Battle for position here.
Ooh, big shot to the body.
Oh, big elbow. Oh, there we go.
Tito gets the takedown. Oh, nicely done there as he escapes back to his feet. Single collar tie now. Straight right, he misses. All right, he engages in the single collar tie. And now he engages in a Muay Thai clinch, and I think a lot of people watching wonder how you can control an opponent like that. Hard to get out of.
It's very difficult to get out of. Look and notice how tight his elbows are as he's maneuvering and moving his opponent into positions where he can get off the strikes.
Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh! 30 seconds now to go in round one.
Look at the whip action that comes with that kick.
Belfort gets tattooed by that straight punch. Strong
That
hook
body's
lands.
done, man.
Wow!
Body's done.
Trying to stay in this fight.
Oh, that was a really nice takedown.
Oh, looks like he's transitioned to an armbar.
You cannot stay in the guard of these great jiu-jitsu guys.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. So the fighter was really caught in a submission there just as the horn sounded. Safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're going to fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
All right, so we'll see how it goes here in this round. Previous round, it was all him just taking his opponent down really every time he entered.
Yeah, every time he got in on the leg, he was able to secure a finish. And that is the idea you want as a wrestler going into a fight. If you have to change up the technique, it's fine. It's not always going to be the very first attack. When it's the first attack, you're very happy. but most times you got to chain things together if you want to take down a great fighter.
And we know how hard it is to maintain the wrestling, right? The hours required in the gym to make sure that wrestling's still at a high level. He's putting in the time.
Yes, he's putting in the time. And also you see it in his movements. When he gets to an attack, he's constantly shifting positions. He's constantly moving his opponent. He's constantly trying to give him too much information to process.
Right.
And that comes from a lifetime of wrestling. If he just started this, it would be very difficult to trick his opponent. But now, by giving him so many different looks, he's been able to secure takedown after takedown after takedown.
Working in half guard here, making these shots count. All right, side control now, DC. You know he's in his element on the ground. A lot of tricks up his sleeve.
A lot of tricks.
Man, isn't it fun to watch this dude work on the mat?
He's unbelievable how fluid he is in his motion on the mat.
All right, he's got him in the north-south position here, DC. When you're...
There it is.
Oh, we're getting a finish here. Nicely done. Good movement by him here, transitioning very well on the ground tonight.
Step for step, he's staying with his opponent in every transition. Big leg kick lands.
Oh, that's a big hook to the chin. Just over 3 minutes to go now.
Can't take many of those, you better check.
Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there. Belfort gets caught with that punch. Combination lands for him. It was hard to see a miss in that sequence. He's put it all together.
I mean, everything is just flowing. It's like in a zone. It's like the basketball who becomes twice in size. This guy today is looking at focus minutes in his opponent.
Lands with a right hand. Oh, now he's got the tie. Oh, and there's the double leg takedown, DC. That is just too good, too easy.
Too good, too easy. The timing was just too good. Before he could even defend, he's already off his feet, going backwards. It's hard to run backwards, and that's what happens when this guy hits the double leg.
Well, you gotta be working off of your back. He's certainly doing so here. Nice punch. Both fighters get up now.
Oh! What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Don't finish this fight.
All right, he's very comfortable fighting off his back, DC. Now looks like he's trying to hip escape.
Yeah, he's trying to hip escape or maybe look for a Kimura here. Every time these guys come together, man, you just hear the punches and everything landing. Both very powerful. Now he's attacking the triangle.
Triangle looks pretty tight, DC. I'm no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, but maybe not good here.
No, it looks like it's getting in deep.
Watch triangle, watch triangle.
Oh, man, that was slick.
All right, side control now. We'll see if he can advance position. Lands a strike now from the bottom. Nice work there by Ortiz. Oh, that'll work. The grounded pound strike is good. Well, he was a little bit lackluster in round one. You can't say the same here in this second round. He has really picked up the pace, an uptick in the aggression and the output, and starting to find his range here in the pocket. All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Judo throw. Let's see if he can capitalize and lock up a sub.
You got to try to find whether or not you're going to land ground and pound here or if you're going to go to submission. Watch triangle, watch triangle.
And he's out. A lot of top pressure being applied here as he works out of side control. All right, inside his opponent's guard here, DC. You don't want to play around here too long.
No, you got to either have two hands in or two hands out, or guys start to attack triangle.
Oh, and there's the horn at the end of the round. So the fighter was really caught in a submission there just as the horn sounded. Safe to say he was saved by the bell there. So back to the stools they go. 60 seconds to recover here. We're going to fight on, ladies and gentlemen. Another round coming up. All right, let us now look back at some of the highlights from that round, and there just aren't that many guys on this roster that can keep up this offensive wrestling pace over 15 or 25 minutes.
But he's one of those guys. He is one of those guys that's able to continuously take you down, even if you get up over and over. He has this ability to maintain that pace and pressure that he can wear his opponents down. That's why you see him get so many finishes as the fight progresses.
Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You like this guy.
I like this guy a ton. And to watch him punch, I just put a smile on my face. If your opponent has you in the clinch, pulling down on your head, landing punch after punch, you have got to clear that collar tie, reach back inside, and try to find space.
Well, he's looking for that left hand, just out of range, though, with it. Oh, lands another beautiful strike to the body, really starting to connect at will when it comes to working the body, and especially effective doing it later in this fight. Didn't see a lot of that from him in the earlier rounds. Flush right hand is true. Oh!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Now goes in and secures the takedown. Belfort's lower jaw now starting to show signs of swelling. A lot of top pressure being applied here. Well, you see all the grappling repetitions here. Just beautiful movement, seamless transitions on the ground.
Over and over, these guys are doing things that you see in every jiu-jitsu gym around the country.
Side control now, DC. A lot of options at his disposal from here. All right, so you got to be careful playing on the ground with this guy. You don't want to mess around for too long.
He's going to start trying to move to a submission here. It looks like he's trying to attack the arm triangle. Watch triangle, watch triangle. There he is. He's moving to the finishing position. Now watch, he goes parallel right next to his opponent. When it's time to finish, now he's okay. Now he can escape.
Working off of his back here. Looks like he may try to hip escape. Well, he's up, but he is hurting for certain. The finish could come at any time. Well, he is really starting to apply a lot of pressure here down the stretch. Not as much offense earlier in the fight. He is making up for lost time now.
Big kick lands. Look at how he drives his knee right into his opponent's midsection.
Takedown defense holds up. Wow, that right punch has been the money weapon for him tonight, and he landed it again there.
If his opponent does not change something, he will continue to throw the strike until he makes it stop throwing.
He does everything so well, and he's so calm. He's so calm in the face of such a big spot.
All right, he engages in a single collar tie here.
He lands a switch knee.
Taken down by Ortiz. Connects with a right. All right, he's got the full mount now. Is this one of the most dominant positions in MMA? Is that fair to say?
It's a very dominant position. It's one of the most ideal positions you can get to, especially if you are fighting someone that doesn't truly understand that they're not in as much danger as they are, because it's dangerous. But there are a lot of outs, and if a person isn't very understanding of that, then you can really, really put some damage on them.
Side control.
Well, he's in a compromising spot here, DC. You got to figure out a way to get back to your feet. All right, he continues to bully his opponent here, really manhandling him on the ground. All right, he's got the hooks in, DC, working off of his back.
Now look for him to attack the neck of his opponent to try to get the rear choke.
He is doing a really good job of relaxing, not panicking because he's getting choked.
He takes his opponent to his side to try to get the finish.
Looks like his opponent's trying to turn into the choke here, but there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, notice he just took the body triangle, readjusted the lock, and now it looks like he's got it.
All right, full guard here, DC. We'll see how soon he tries to pass.
Well, he needs to be passing immediately. In the full guard is where you are in most danger as a top fighter, because they have all of their submissions. Right. They have the guillotine, they have the armbar, they have the kimuras, they have all their locks when they're in the full guard. So if you pass, you really do limit the danger that you're in from the top position.
Oh, you gotta like the output here. So aggressive with the strikes. He continues to light him up. Gotta be careful here not to gas out, of course, but you gotta like the offense we're seeing from him, especially in this round. Stuffs the takedown there. How good is his takedown defense? Now he's got the Muay Thai block. All right, so the fight goes the distance. We'll take a look back at the action, but should go his way given all he got done in the striking game.
Yeah, he did a great job of landing at will, mixing up the target, doing everything that he's become known for in order to cruise to a very good decision. I know he didn't get the finish that he wanted so bad coming in here tonight, but he had a phenomenal performance, and he showed that he's one of the best fighters in the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision. All 3 judges scored this contest 9-28. Declared the winner by unanimous decision, Tito Ortiz!
Well, he did not get the finish that he certainly prioritized when we sat down with him at our fighter meeting, but a win is a win. He gets it done by unanimous decision.
And he said he wanted to finish, but sometimes your opponent's not willing to play the game. In those instances, all you can do is control what you can control, and that's fight to the best of your ability. He did exactly that tonight.